EQI 2.0, the fourth realm, decision making. It's made up of 3 elements, and the 3 elements are problem solving, reality testing, and emotional control. It is being able to handle your emotions in the particular situation. So I'm going to call that impulse control. All right, so now think about yourself in this area, and let's kind of go through and see, so what is this measuring? How does it measure it? So think about yourself, and we're just going to do this for an example, that maybe there's a decision that you just made that had emotions involved, or maybe you have one coming up. So let's think about where you are in these areas, because this is what this assessment is measuring. First one, it's measuring problem solving. It's your ability to understand the emotions, how the emotions are affecting the decision, right? First part of it, are you good at identifying the emotions that are involved in this particular decision? You're making a decision with a group of individuals, and you know there's going to be some frustration involved. You know there's going to be some ownership. Folks are trying to stake out their position. There's going to be some emotions where folks they don't care. They're disengaged. So what are the emotions involved? So how well are you, how good are you at measuring the emotions that are involved in a decision? Next part of this one is, think about, are you conscientious? Are you disciplined? Are you methodical in making the decisions? That's what problem solving is looking at. When they look at this element of problem solving, those are part of the things that they're measuring. And the last part in this problem solving part is, do you actually engage when emotions are involved, or do you disengage? Some folks will, oh, this is going to be an emotional decision, I'm going to step away. I'm not going to be involved. Do you lean in and go, okay, these are the emotions, here's what we need to do, here's how we're going to engage, we're going to get this decision taken care of. There's some folks don't. And you can probably think about your work experience of folks who are pretty good. Okay, it is emotional, we're going to deal with it. Or it's emotional and they didn't deal with it, and you can see how that festered. So where do you think, scale of 0 to 10, where do you think you are on that? Right now. So we're in the decision-making realm. That's the first part of the decision-making realm. Next part, reality testing. This is your ability to gather the data and objective data to help make the decision. An example might be, you're making a decision to promote 2 people out of maybe a group of 15. You're limited with who you can promote. Are there going to be emotions involved in that decision? Mm-hmm. What do you have good criteria? Do you use criteria, or do you use emotions to drive the decision? Criteria, objective criteria. In many cases, I believe this is about you understanding the biases that you're going to bring. Maybe you're looking at these 15, you go, well, that person used to work for me, did a great job. Oh, this person's a new person here in this, or they're really young. Should we get them promoted? There's emotions involved helping you make the decision. Your ability to use objective data and understand the biases that you bring. How good are you at that particular part? Give yourself a score. All right, so now we're through 2 of the 3. Last one, impulse control. Remember that, that individual who would be volatile and fly off the handle when they're in a meeting that's emotional and they're unable to control that? Where are you? Where would somebody score you on that realm of impulse control? And so impulse control it could mean volatile, and it could be leaning in, getting triggered and flying off the handle, but it also could mean shrinking back and not closing your mouth and not being part of it. So impulse control, staying engaged and understanding what emotions are there, and the ability to stay engaged and complete the decision-making process when there are emotions involved. So decision-making realm, 3 parts, and those 3 parts are problem solving, reality testing, impulse control. Where do you think you are? This is a really good portion. I really like going through this portion with leaders to help them evaluate, hey, how good at decision making am I really? And remember, this is self-report, and they're looking at data that they've given to themselves. And when you compare this with the 360, when you say, this is what I say and this is what others say, when they overlap, great. But when they don't overlap, it's really a good place to understand where they can improve and where they can become a better leader.